Microphone check. Microphone check. YouTube microphone check. Is audio now clear? YouTube. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bright evening, the early hours of the evening in the city of Kampala, right along the shores of the Great Lake Victoria, in the village of Munyonyo, is one of the great pool places with only one pool table, but a very special table. The venue is called Dice Lounge, a home for the game, which is for now the center of attraction, being the point of focus for an international match between two players who are some of the best in their very respective countries, all the way from the Great Republic of Zimbabwe. Is Eshka CHIMBWANDA, the guy nicknamed Mzamo, is up against Cesar CHANDIGA, the guy nicknamed the Scorpion. And between their two management teams for the Advanced Talent Agency, the team that manages Cesar CHANDIGA, and the Nevsan Aggregates Company of Harare, the team that manages Eshka. They've agreed to have their players race to 15 on this table, with Eshka having the bravery to take on one of the very best long racers on the African continent, if not the very best. In a race to 15, they have given me their 1,000 US dollars and have given me full permission to give it to whoever is the first to 15 games between Cesar and Eshka. For now, after the formalities, the singing of the national anthems, the tossing of the game with Cesar winning the leg, it is the Ugandan on his own home turf, Cesar CHANDIGA, leading 1-0 and looking to make it 2. In the meantime, Cesar 1, Eshka 0. Race to 15. Once again, the race is 15. You could probably see that if you can zoom in that scoreboard on the top of your screen. And Cesar is here trying to make it 2 and queuing absolutely like he is indeed making it 2. And there we go. Cesar 2, Eshka nil, rest to 15. It is his 5th day in the country of Uganda, Eshka, having arrived at half past lunchtime on Monday afternoon earlier this week, when he did come with his good friend, almost brothers, Malvan Makonza, to have an experience in Ugandan pool, to have matches with the best players in Uganda, to have money to lose or win in Uganda, and to partake in tournaments that are organized in Uganda, as they normally do witness Uganda as pretty much nowadays the leading hub for pool, with comp after comp after comp every now and again. They simply want to be part of this. They want to improve their competitiveness by testing their level where they are at in the game, especially playing away from home. Eshka is having his third money match ever since stepping foot in Uganda. The first happened on Wednesday, where he did lose out 15-10 to Lubolwa Simon, Uganda's computer as he's nicknamed. And then yesterday he did lose out also 15-10 to Wagaba Rashid, the guy nicknamed Dog City. And yet today he is having it even harder in the same race to 15, but this time with $1,000 as a prize for the winner, or will you call it as loss for the loser. He's looking to clear one for his own. And this one seems to be a match that is going to be having April after April after April. At least if going by the first 3 games these guys are involved in is anything to go by. In my opinion, in the next 2 hours we shall be done. Because if they do decide to go for the game, these guys can both decide to go for the game. Eshka likes at times, if the game is not going his way, to take it slow and tactical and technical. Sometimes if things are not going his way, he wants to have the reverse break, if you know what I'm meaning, breaking the balls, not hitting the top ball, but breaking them off the cushion and ensuring that they don't scatter so much on the table, which will make the game not so attackable, which game will be won by the player who thinks best, not who shoots best. It is one thing I'm looking forward to, should he need it at some point in the match. Cesar will start as a clear favorite, not only because he's the more formidable player, he's at his own turf, and he has lots of results, good results against top players on the continent, not only from Zimbabwe, but also the rest of the major playing countries on the continent. Just yesterday, he did take down Malvan Makonza 21.15 in another race to 21 with again $1,000. So it will for Cesar be $2,000 in 2 days, just in case he wins this match. Eshka will win this match, not if he misses chances as easy as that. And it is very, very predictable when you become so careless against this guy. When he has a race to win, when he has money to make, when he has a game to clear, it is absolutely risky. And I don't even know what went into Eshka's mind, missing a ball as easy as that. The only important ball in the game, the ball which when you pot, you win the game. The ball which was almost straight, with the center pocket having its entire width to swallow the black. And Eshka couldn't make that easy pot, and he knows that he's about to be unforgiven. In the meantime, this match is being streamed live on two platforms in the same name, on Facebook and YouTube respectively. Break and Finish Live. And welcome the entire Facebook and the entire YouTube audience. Feel free to serve yourself with a platform of your choice. Why I don't like to forget the YouTube audience is that for some people they have a preference for YouTube. For instance, in Uganda where the streaming is best, Facebook is for instance not permitted because yes, it's not permitted. We only use it illegally. And the application of Facebook requires the user first to have a VPN to unlock the app. And that is why we normally go for YouTube, because it is easier to use here. It's also used legally. And also for those who want to watch on their big screen, many big screens are not compatible with VPNs, and therefore in Uganda not compatible with Facebook. Cesar will most definitely be potting the red ball, white ball bouncing off at least two cushions, and then moving the entire distance towards maybe past the midway of the table. Or not, he will want to put the difficult ball first, with most probably defensive element, trying to ride the red against the rail, and does it so easily and so calmly and so perfectly. This one is becoming a third dish for the Scorpion. Eshka must be very careful. It may be one-sided, this one. Cesar 3, Eshka 0. And we'll come back from that earlier money match between Dog City and Maluva. In my opinion, the most exciting of all those that we have had so far, because it went all the way up to a decider in a race to 15. It was 14-14 at one point, and then a very, very tough fought last frame between both Dog City and Maluva, with the Zimbabwean coming out on top. And I know that it was a moment of happiness for all of you who are watching from the Great Republic of Zimbabwe. The news is that this will be the last event Cesar will be participating in before heading to China to participate in the World Heibo Masters Series. And his flight is due this Sunday. I think it is in the early hours of the evening, if not the late afternoon, with Ethiopian Airlines. And his signature into the Advanced Talent Agency has already borne some fruits because he has already secured, now as I speak, participation in Ultimate Pool for the very first time for any Ugandan in his career. Himself and the Dog City will be participating in the Ultimate Pool Championship in Morocco in October later this year. So the management teams of the players are starting to yield results. That's exactly what this sport needs for them to compete against the very best in the world. I'm not so sure that Cesar intended it to have his white ball bounce off the red. Nonetheless, he'll have the task of potting this ball, the yellow ball, to the corner pocket, which he does, making it look easier than it actually was. So far, he's having a clean plate. He has won 3 games, all with 1 visit, and is looking to make it 4. And it is looking all seemingly effortless, something he has been doing over and over and over again. Eshka has to be very mindful that this guy can take him for a ride. He was defeated by Computer and Dog City for one reason, having a very poor start, to the effect that by the time Eshka started making a comeback, in both matches, it was a little too late. It could be even later for the case of the Scorpion. He can see the yellow, but I'm not so sure that he can see it enough. But maybe he can. A little backspin. It was more than enough when the guy queuing is Cesar and makes it 4-0. 4 1-visit clearances in 4 games. Cesar 4, Eshka 0. So far it is still one-sided, with Uganda's Cesar leading against Zimbabwe's Eshka, and the neutral fan will probably want Eshka to start winning, and start winning now. Thank you for watching. Rita Kovasinje, very fond of watching on YouTube. Ala Samuel, Patrick Oyet, Lawrence Biaruhanga, Kafero Makasa Joshua, Bushra Nasuna, Simon Dax, Vitumbiko John, well, is thinking that this one is about to become 5-0, and you are laughing about it, and yet you are watching from Zimbabwe. And the young man who is nicknamed the Scorpion so far is starting in beastly mode. Yesterday, he had a very solid competitor, especially for the early part of the match, in Malvan Makonza, who was never intimidated by Cesar or any of his clearances, and Malvan was not having none of it. He did better Cesar, especially the first 2.5 hours of the match or so, until the beast in Cesar came out towards the end of the match, and him winning the last 7 frames and making it look so effortless at the point. And yet his effortless precision for this time is coming out of him at the very start of the match, which is the most worrying thing if you are a fan of Eshka, let alone if you are Eshka himself. Movement of the white ball around the table, in between the balls, in between them, using only the spaces that are available, is being made to seem like something that is so simple to do. And there we are. This is the fifth game being played, and with no shot dropped so far in the match so far by Cesar. He now leads 5-0. The fans of his who are at the venue are not even applauding anything that he's doing, as if what he's doing is exactly what they expect him to do. Jackson Dow is predicting 15-5 as the final score. It is Apple time, and welcome to Break and Finish Live platform, where you are watching break and finishes only so far from Cesar. I know the match will not go on like this. It can't. It surely can't. But so far, for the first 5 games, Cesar is a class act. And Eshka must do something about it. Maybe start his reverse break, which successfully turned the game around when he was down against Dog City yesterday. Almost got him to equalize until Dog City finally came better. He's hitting the top ball. He's going for a big break. He sinks in one yellow. The white ball is on table. The yellows are fairly, or will I say slightly better positioned, apart from one which is closest to your screen on the left. If he can find the yellow to pot and close the table, he will only have that yellow which is touching the red ball near the pocket that is closest to your screen to worry about. Eshka has successfully opened up the one and only bad yellow ball he had on table. What is left for him to show is that he can make a clearance, an apple of his own, to put the scoreline a little bit more respectable, to start making a comeback, to try and put Cesar under some pressure, to try and put disbelief in the fans that are watching and supporting Cesar at the venue and more online, and Eshka's own fans who are watching all the way, especially from Zimbabwe. This game, by the way, is being covered by the Buked television, one of the local government television platforms, especially since it has the involvement of the number one seeded player in the country. Once again, if you're just joining the stream, it is a race to 15, and the consequence of not being able to get to 15 games is loss of 5,000 US dollars. No, I'm sorry, the loss of 1,000 US dollars for either of these players. Whatever Cesar is trying to map out here, and for a player of his level, now his worry is on those two balls which are near the center pocket on the right. Indeed, where he is standing right now, he has his mind on them. Maybe to try and place the white ball in between their positions, maybe to try and open up one of both or both of them. We will need maybe to apply that famous stance of his. I'm not so sure that that final resting position of the white ball was exactly what Cesar intended, because if indeed it would be simply too little but too much. Sometimes you just run out of superlatives describing this guy. You could even get mistaken to be supporting him in the same frame. At times, especially in long races, he becomes a little bit too much on his opponents. And it is not a very simple thing right now, being Eshka. And yet Cesar decides to play the best balls on the table first, to try and end with the only bad balls last. Quite unlikely for me that he can make a clearance here, and yet quite likely that should he fail to make a clearance, Eshka will pull a game back, because all of his yellows, the 5 of them, are in perfect space. The situation is that Cesar denies himself good white ball for any of the reds. I don't think it was the right option to play the bad balls last. It is simply too risky. Maybe he can see the one near the center pocket. He was actually seeing it, but rides it against the rail slightly to imperfection advantage Eshka. He surely must pull one back, and this is the game. Thank God the network has stabilized way better than it was for the first stream. From where I'm watching both streams on Facebook and YouTube, there have been no issues so far. I just pray it is the case up to the very last game of the match. I also have the management of Dice Lounge to thank for the fact that they have decided to keep the music absolutely low so as not to affect the stream. And I have Eshka to thank that he is finally pulling a game back. Maybe, hopefully for him, start a comeback. He's up against the black for the very first time in the match. He will surely be sinking in this one. Yes, Eshka 1, Cesar 5, race to 15. And I want to think that what Eshka is trying to do is exactly what he should be doing right now. He, I think, has realized that if it is an all-out open game, he may stand not a very big chance against Cesar, and the best chance of him trying to win some games, and he needs to win some consecutive games to stand a chance even of making a comeback. It has to be by playing it slow and technical and tactical, applying the brains before the hands. And Eshka forces Cesar into an unforced error. And after this opportunity, after seeing that it is working when he plays it this style, in this way, I do believe that every time he's on table for the rest of the match, we are going to be looking at something similar. A guy simply playing his balls to be in space, leaving Cesar's balls piled up together, hoping that in Cesar trying to open up the game, he could probably blunder. He will again snooker. It's becoming predictable now. Cesar wants to come off the rail, try to find the yellows to the top right of your screen, the ones near where Eshka is standing right now. He actually goes for the center pocket red. I beg your pardon, he wasn't looking for yellows, it was the reds. So it seems Caesar's other side of his game is going to be tested greatly in this match, the defensive part of his game, because he's up against a player who has realized that he will stand a good chance of winning some good number of games if he takes the game slow. And now that is the tactical Cesar on the table. Welcome to the stream, Bridget Nagadia, Matthew Omoding, Yusuf Corvis, Robert Rosaisira. You think it will end 15-4? You are not so kind on Eshka. It comes to a time even when you are a defensive player, when you have to map out something like a game opening shot, which is maybe what Eshka is trying to do, open up the second yellow. He does wonderfully well, both with the idea and the execution. The resting position of the white ball, not so much. I'm not so sure there is space where he can pass his ball to the corner pocket top right where he's standing. Look at that yellow. There is seemingly some space between the red that occupies the pocket and the black. I'm not so sure that the space is enough. The disadvantage is that he has left Cesar's game open, so he himself must make a clearance. This one, he must make sure, this shot. And he makes sure. He is seemingly going for a second here. He is actually queuing well. It seems this is the style of the game which will give him a decent chance in this match. Killing the pace of the game and then hopefully get one chance and then kill off the game itself. It has so far brought off 2 games Eshka 2, Cesar 5. Raise to 15 for 1,000 US dollars. It is starting to look like a comeback is probable here for Eshka. who definitely, having started as underdog, is applying the game that the underdog is supposed to apply, giving himself a chance by having the pace of the game killed to the lowest possible speed. He will need to move the white ball probably towards the midpoint of the table, but on the right, such that he can have a good grip on the white ball to put the black ball to the corner pocket bottom right. Nonetheless, he could also move it downwards to try and put black to the corresponding corner pocket top right. Maybe even opening up the black is an option, but it won't come easy. He misses. Here we go. Eshka 3, Cesar 5. The comeback is now on.
I'm on Cesar, man. Cesar, man. Cesar. Come on, Cesar, man. It's okay, no problem.
Apologies for only having partial commentary in this very crucial match. I will be trying as much as possible to be commentating every time I can. Just a little bit too exhausted and fatigued with this kind of week. Hardly any day of the week when I did have any sufficient sleep. Nonetheless, if Pool wins, I feel a winner. Cesar has a very tricky white. You will fancy that he's trying to put black ball off any of the yellows in what will be a very difficult attempt. Maybe to the corner pocket, bottom left of the yellow, maybe in a direct shot, very sharp cut off the yellow, and misses.
Come on, Cesar, man.
And that big fight, Eshka trying to fight for this game, has finally come to nothing. After 10 games played, it is Cesar leading 7-3. Remember, you will easily divide a rest of 15 into 3/3 of the match. This is the first third. The second third will also have 10 games played. And just as will be the third, if I'm to borrow that word, Cesar 7, Eshka 3. In the meantime, as for Eshka, his next assignment will be participation in a 64-man competition dubbed the Star Shooters Championship, happening tomorrow in Kampala as well, involving the majority of the best players from Uganda. There are actually 50 who did beat the registration deadline instead of 64, but it's nonetheless a 2-day comp of the 50 men as well as 16 ladies who will be competing for cash prizes for the top 8 in each category. Cesar will miss that comp because the tournament ends on Sunday, the same day that he is having his flight due for the World Heibo Masters Series in China. And yet it will be meaningless for him to try and qualify for the second day, which second day he cannot partake in. So for that one, he will miss. But for all the other top players in Uganda, men and women, as well as Maluva and Eshka, they have already registered and have already been drawn to play.
No problem, Marcus.
Pastor K, you're asking how do you get your Rita? You will catch her games live tomorrow. Yes, she will be taking on Rukia in that ladies' comp, which I've just been telling you about. It is becoming an effective way, this one, of utilizing a free shot when you get a chance to, which is exactly what Eshka is doing here. The choice of the free shot, the way the clearance has been executed, he's showing his own good qualities in this game, despite the fact he's still down. He'll be sinking this black ball to the center pocket on the left. Black is in, white is safe, surely safe. Eshka 4, Cesar 7. The stream has been going on for 95 minutes. The match itself has been going on for about 87 minutes. 11 games played. In the duration of that time, you can make a rough estimate on average how much time each game has taken. But the games that have taken the biggest amount of time have been the last 6. The first 5 were happening for pretty much a minute or 2 per frame. But then the next 6 have been taking anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes per frame. Eshka 4, Cesar 7.
Come on, Cesar, man. Come on, Cesar, man. Cesar. Come on, Cesar, man.
Sometimes these long races can be so great. I believe that he does see. He was requesting to play off the cushion. Just had to correct him that he was seeing his ball, and the decision was ratified for Eshka's satisfaction by Maluva. And indeed now, he's seemingly the guy with the momentum on his side. And had that yellow gone in, maybe that would have been the best shot of the match, at least so far. But it was only just. Once again, apologies for the fact that live commentary will be only be partial until maybe in the third session of the match out of 3, for no other reason but just for the fact that I'm a little bit exhausted after a long day and the other day and the other day.
Come on, Cesar, man. Come on, Cesar. Come on, Cesar. One. Come on. Cesar.
Simanyi naye kati bitandise okunyumira okulaba. Following our Chihuahua. While following the game. I got a baby that you know, you is being up on you outside.
Bali polisi n'otabayitayo.
Yes, it was a very long break, and you think that Eshka rightly needed it because the game maybe has been starting to get out of hand for him. Remember, it is not that kind of game. In a way, it is that kind of game when you know that you are up against someone who will definitely be taking down yourself in the shooting game, and your only option, maybe the best option, is to hold the game, to delay the game, to take it slow. And it has indeed paid off. The games, the 5 that Eshka has won. Remember, he did go 5-0 down, and the 5 games that he has won have come out of a result of his change of game plan and tactics. And indeed, after losing the first 5 games, he has now won 5 out of the next 9. That's why the score is 9-5. So for him, it is the only way. And those of you who are not supporting him, you are probably not getting entertained, but for him, it is the right decision. I do understand him. And I want to think that for Eshka, yes, he has been around the world. He's well traveled. He's been to all corners of Zimbabwe. He's played tournaments in Zambia and South Africa, sometimes as an individual, sometimes for his national team. The fish eagles, the fish pool eagles. I don't know if it's that kind of saying. He has also been to China. But in a way, this is maybe the toughest race he is facing in his career up to date. A guy who is so good, especially in a very long race. The best win ratio of any player on the African continent in terms of long races, money matches, battles. Cesar is now making it 10-5. Not yet, not yet. An effect of complacency here. He didn't play the ball well against the rail on the Super League brand of table. If you play the cushion drive perfectly along the rail, it naturally goes in without disturbance. He ends up giving advantage to Eshka back into the game, and you would think that should Eshka get the two very needed visits, he will be likely to steal, I will say steal the game away from Cesar. And that is top-notch safety play. And I would imagine that Cesar will be coming off 1, 2, 3 rails. The 3 rails at the extreme end of the table. Then around the center pocket, the white moves towards the black ball like that. 1, 2, 3 towards the black ball. Foul. Loss of frame. Eshka 6. Cesar 9.
I'm on Cesar, man. Five to go.
Move a little bit like this, closer.
Just even under this fatigue, maybe you want to talk to one of the guys, a surprise guest in the commentary booth. So, what's your name? Just tell them.
How are you guys? My name is Marvin Mkonza, aka Maluva from Zimbabwe.
First of all, there are many people watching from Zimbabwe. What do you have to tell them?
I want to tell them if Toxic need a rematch, I need a rematch. Let them talk to my manager.
So, by the way, Dog City has just told me he wants a rematch, and there you get it from the horse mouth. If the Maluva management is okay, then Maluva is also fine with the management. You were leading 11.
I was
11,
leading
5, 11, 6.
No, 10-5.
10-5.
Then Toxic come to 11-11.
Then came to 11-11. Then he went ahead.
13-11.
Weren't you thinking that you were gone? At 13-11.
No. I did fighting. I think I'm going to fight again.
What happens? Because even against Cesar yesterday, you started a better player. And then later in the match, things went astray. What is it that makes you get tired or not play well when the race gets so long?
The problem is in Zimbabwe, I don't have game time. No one wants to play me a long race in Zimbabwe. They need the head start. Some of them, they say their manager doesn't have money. You know the thing. So the problem, the huge issue is I don't have game time. I'm not used to play.
There are many good players who can give you good games. Sakala, Inspector, Rooney
doesn't want to play me.
They don't want to play.
Yeah, I can say let them come to my home. They say this what. You know the story.
Why don't you go to their venue? Because now you are Zim number one, so you are the one to go to them. Don't go to their venue. Don't ask them to come to your venue.
I used to do that. I used to see that, but some of the time they don't want even to play on their venues. Yeah, because of their managers.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not sure.
So the races that you sometimes get a chance to play, you play race to what in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I used to play race to 11, 15. I only play race to 21, only 2 races, long races, only
2.
One with Bibido, then the second race I played with Rooney.
Did Bibido win?
3 races. No,
Bibido is my friend.
No, I killed him.
You killed him?
Yeah.
Okay, which other Ugandans do you want to play races with before you go back? They're hearing.
Everyone is hearing, I know.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I want to play with anyone. Anyone want to play me, but the biggest problem is I want to talk to my manager first because of the issue of money.
Yeah. So any player with
I didn't come here
passport.
Yes, any player. Because yesterday I play with the most dangerous Ugandan player. So how can I be afraid?
So after him, you cannot be scared of anyone.
Anyone. I can go door by door.
Do you remember what happened to you when you played with Ibra in Mchana in Kenya?
I remember. I was afraid, but not this time.
Not this time?
Not this time.
This time you want him
not
anywhere, anytime?
I don't give a fuck this time, no.
And I know that for Ibra, you have his $500, 1,000 pot anytime he wants.
Yes.
So Ibra, you are hearing from the horse's mouth. There's also Mansour, he's ready.
Yeah, Ibra must be ready anytime soon.
Yeah.
But the 80 dice.
Yeah. You want dice?
Yeah, I want to play dice, a good table.
A good table.
Because I'm in Uganda. How can they refuse to play on this table? They say come to our home, Yet I'm in Uganda. Why?
I see. So we shall talk to them about that one.
Yes. Yeah. Let them come to dice.
What if it's a good table which is not dice?
I can play, but
as long as it's a good table.
Yeah, but let them come here first.
I see.
Yeah, let them come here first.
Some words to your sponsor.
I want to thank the Navs and Aggregates. Thank you very much, boss, for sending us in. Then I also want to thank the boss Jaden Masov, the Masov men, for sending us to Uganda.
Big up on yourself, boss Jaden.
Yes, big up to boss Jaden, big up to boss Navs, and big up to Francis, the media man.
Francis, the media man.
The media
Top
man.
media man.
Yeah, the top media man. Thank you very much.
I wanted Francis to come here so that I play money match with him, but he's so scared of me.
No, you know what? I'm going back to Zimbabwe on the 26th of July.
Okay.
Then I will be in Zimbabwe maybe for a month. I will come back here with Francis.
Oh, that will be nice.
Yeah.
You should come back with money for me. A money match.
Francis is your money.
Francis is a fish compared to me.
Francis is dangerous, you know. Francis can kill you.
That was nice, eh? Thank you very much. That is a very young man, but ever so jolly. And that interview was being done just to make it spicy a little bit, especially for all of you who are watching from the beautiful Republic of Zimbabwe. That was Malova for you. In the commentary booth, I'm about to be joined by the guy who is the greatest ever Ugandan to play pool. For all sorts of reasons, in the next 15 seconds, I'm going to be joined by the legendary Turije Jonah. You're about to hear a hi from you from the greatest ever Ugandan to play the white ball. Good evening, Joker.
Good evening, Mr. Chewe. How are you?
It's very nice to have your company. What do you have to talk of these? The new crop of players, the players who are hoping to become the new Joker.
That sounds so great. They're really interesting, and I would love to see them step up their game. I'm ready to help them in any way they would need my help.
All of the top players in Uganda today, all of them apart from nobody, they do say that they have some of their skill attributed to you. How are you able to be so consistent to that level?
Anyway, it's not easy, but all we need is practice. Yeah, yeah. If a player can do this like for quite some good time, you can keep it up, and it's all about training. Yeah.
Do you ever envisage that there will be a time when you will retire from playing pool?
It's only death I can retire from pool.
Only when you cannot play, only when you cannot breathe anymore.
I don't think so, because it's part of my life now. It's part of my life. I can no longer leave pool. No matter how damaged I am, because, I'm an unstable, I'm a metallic man. I have some implants in my legs, but I can still play pool. So I don't think I'll quit from pool.
I got surprised when you had the stamina to play up to the semi-finals of the last National Open when you were clearly tired.
No, actually, I'm forced to, because I don't have anything else to. I have to play in any way.
Now the Zimbabwean boys, most especially Malova, Eshka is trying to give a good account of himself, but most especially Malova and also Eshka, how do you compare them to the top players in Uganda, the current crop of top players, those who normally make the national team?
The Zimbabwe boys are quite good. They're quite good. Compared to the Ghana players, although Uganda's players are better, they're quite better, far better from them. But the boys are really good, and they're still young, so there's some room of improvement from them.
That's nice. That is the voice of Turije Jonah. I'll be just letting him off to go somewhere, have his seat, and enjoy his match. Otherwise, he was the first Ugandan ever to win 2 National Open championships. He has won each and every calendar event of the polo session of Uganda at least once. He has been playing pool for the last 25 years. He was a top player before Cesar was born. And yet today he's still playing matches with these boys and giving them some good competition. He is the inspiration behind most of the good pool players that Uganda has to offer. In most of the districts that Uganda has, there is a top player in that district who is nicknamed Joker. That is what they call a legacy. And in terms of inspiring and entertaining and achieving for himself, for the pool clubs he has played, and for the Uganda national team, he still holds the respect as the greatest ever Ugandan player to play pool. Right now, he's way into his 40s, but on his day, he can still be a tough player. Of course, it is now very unlikely that he could take down a player like Eshka or Cesar, but given what he has achieved in the past, the guy deserves his flowers. That was the legendary Turije Jonah, also nicknamed Joker.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Shooting, shooting. It's okay.
Come on, Cesar. It's up for Cesar. Come on, Cesar. It's apple time, apple time, apple time. Short study. Short. Killer. Come on, Zani. Come on, boy. Come on. Sama, Mary. Come on, boy. Boy, shooting, killer. Killer. One by one. Ande nawa usumanyiswa mchala dereka mchana perfect break. Shot Cesar. Come on, Cesar. Come on. Nice check.
So Marva has just promised me that he will be trying his best to win tomorrow's comp. Good luck to him. But it seems there is good luck for Cesar in this one. That shot he did play when he was snookered was such a beauty of a shot here. Cesar 12, Eshka 8. In the meantime, just before Cesar was about to play his last trade and maybe the black, Eshka considered the frame. That's why you saw the last balls. The last two balls were not potted. Conceding in black ball rules is accepted. So it is Cesar within one game of the victory. And Eshka, who is on 8, will have to win the next 7 games or else lose this match and this $1,000. I have to apologize to you again. I have not been strong enough to do live commentary throughout this match because I'm too exhausted from the activities of this week. Nonetheless, the struggle continues. Tomorrow and Sunday, 2 full days of non-stop action. A comp with 64 men and 16 ladies coming to you from Star Shooters in Kampala. It will not involve Cesar because on the second day of the comp is when he leaves for China, but it will involve both Eshka and Maluva and all of the other top players from Uganda, and cash prizes for the top 8 are what they will be competing for. This one is starting to seem like the end of the road for Eshka and the start of a second victory in 2 days, both $1,000 for the guy who is nicknamed the Scorpion.
We do these things every single day. Chandiga.
Here we are. He is 1 or 2 good shots away from this victory. He started off this match with an apple and another and another and another, making them 5 apples in the first 5 games. And then the complexion of the match started to change when Eshka went defensive and improving his game and his prowess. But Cesar closes off the match like he did start it off. He wins with an apple. Final score: Cesar Chandiga 15, Eshka CHIMBWANDA 8.